Digital businesses put a lot of pressure on existing infrastructure. So the pressure is many more users, a lot more transactions, and a whole lot of analytics that have to go on. If you take the simple example of a bank, it used to be that we'd go to a bank, have a bunch of transactions to do, and the teller do all the transactions for you, and look at your account and sell you stuff, right? Sell you products and you do your transactions in a very organized manner. Fast forward to today, I don't need to be organized. I can do all those 10 transactions 10 different times. There's no teller to sell me any products, so the bank is responsible for looking at me when I'm online and doing a whole bunch of analytics. Tens of millions of users all logging in and analytics being run by the bank so they can sell me new products. That's an intense amount of pressure for products that were designed for the teller. That's the challenge with today's infrastructure. So we realized that customers have the latest servers, the latest networks, all super fast, but when they run their applications, we realized that their storage, when they want to get and access their data, it's very, very slow. So they try to mitigate it. They add in-memory frameworks and all kinds of things to avoid writing to storage. And we knew that this was the fundamental problem to solve, so that's what we went after to try and solve it. So the first thing we did was we looked at how time is spent when data flows all the way through our system and to the media, and we started optimizations. We looked at the CPUs and said, okay, what can we do to minimize the amount of time taken in the CPU? We looked at the complicated calculations and decided, what can we do to accelerate these? We looked at the media and said, what can we do to provide optimizations for the media? And most important of all, we wanted to do it so that the system that we built was very easy to consume for customers without any drama. So just plug it in, it should just work, and all the optimizations are there. Tens of millions of users are actually logging in and accessing the data. So we needed to solve this across a whole very large data set. And so we decided from the beginning there would be no caches. We'd access all the same data at very high speeds. And that was the last optimization we did. So our value prop, super low latencies, eliminate I/O wait times for the server so applications can run super fast, and really very large quantities of data. That's what we optimize for. Examples, we run for any application. So you've seen our outstanding benchmarks for Oracle, for KX, for SAS, for SQL Server. They're best in class, not because we optimized for them. We did something fundamental and optimized in the server and in our system at a very basic level. How do we do it? So the first thing we do is we look at the CPUs in our system. We use lockless designs and user space designs to minimize the kernel switching delay times. It's an extreme optimization to reduce the amount of delay that we take up in the system. The second piece, we look at very complicated calculations like N+2 or N+1 RAID, RAID 6 or RAID 5, or encryption or anything like that. And we say, hey, these are very heavy calculations. CPUs, we can offload it. So we have a hardware offload to go ahead and do those calculations for us. So what do we get with all this? We get very high throughputs and very low latencies. The last thing we do, we use existing best-in-class NVMe flash arrays or Optane SSDs. And then we optimize how we read and write to them. So they behave very consistently and behave at a very low latency. So all in, we have a lot of low latency optimizations and very high throughput optimizations as well that give the applications that transparent benefit that they need. Don't have to do anything, you just get it. So digital businesses have millions of users, all logging in, a lot of demands in the infrastructure, a whole lot of analytics being run, so you can not only serve your digital business, but you can grow your business. In order to do this, you really need to serve a whole volume of data at great velocity, and that's where Vexata fits in. We are the perfect fit for environments where you have digital businesses to serve and grow.